I had no idea that working to get stronger would also give me so much more energy. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. It's like it's difficult.
Well, things like you said, it gives you so much more energy, but how did you normally feel when you woke up? Because you said that when you woke up, you didn't really feel like doing it, but then when you did it, after you finished it, you just felt like you had the energy to actually attack your day. And is that something that you thought that you would have felt?
No, it feels like the time I put into the strength training, it actually comes back at least double, if not triple, because it gives me so much more energy for the rest of the day and also for the whole week. So when I use half an hour on the strength training practice using the program that you've given me, it's like my whole day is more energetic, my whole week is more energetic, and I have lots of good ideas and more energy for everything else. And it's like playing with the kids or doing my work or whatever I need to do that day is so much easier after I've done the strength training. So now that I know that, it's much easier to prioritize it. Like in the beginning, it was hard to find that time. Now I know if I don't take that time, my whole day is going to be shitty. So just get it done because everything else will be easier. And it is.
So really, it's, as you said before, you feel that this is an actual investment, doing your strength training.
Totally.
The week you're doing, so it's not like you're doing it even 5 days a week, but even those 3 days you're doing it, you feel the benefit throughout that whole week of doing it. So this is what makes it easier for you to prioritize this, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. In the beginning, it was hard to take the time. And I was like, how am I going to find time for this in my busy schedule? And I'm like, if I make the time for this, I will get so much more done in every other aspect of my life. So it's definitely an investment. Yeah. And I would never have known how to get past the stage. I was sort of at a plateau, I guess, when I started working with you, where I have all these chronic health issues. And I mean, I broke my back. I have autoimmune rheumatoid arthritis. I have lots of chronic pain. And I've rebuilt myself from sort of scratch, basically, in the wheelchair many times. Like I basically have to do that every spring. I have to rebuild myself. And then I get to the stage where I can walk again, where I can function normally in my job. And then that's where I stop. Normally, that's where I stop training. Like I stay at that level and I'm happy there. But this year I was like, no, I'm not happy with this. I want to be more fit. I want to be stronger. And that's when I found you and the whole body transformation method, and your way of doing this just seems so right. And this year, I mean, I set my goal. It's crazy. I want to stand on my hands. I want to be able to do free standing handstands, which is completely lunacy because I've never been anywhere near anything like that. But just in 6 weeks, following your program, I can now do handstands, okay, with support. I'm not doing them freestanding yet, but it's easy with support. So I can see it's happening. Like I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
And my body is so much more muscular.
And this is again why it's about having not just goals, but goals that you can work towards. So this is why you realize that to get past where you were, you need to develop your strength. And this is what we've been working on. And now when you do your handstands, you realize the strength is there. So now it's just the balance you need to work on. So you're starting to tick things off. And once you start to tick things off, obviously that improves your confidence because you know, well, there's one less thing I need to do because I've actually mastered to a degree one element of this, or I'm very much improving in that element. And then that makes it easier for you to find the time to keep on doing this. Why? Because you know that it's giving you results.
Yeah.
It's always at the beginning, it feels difficult because it's new. You've not done it before. It may not be completely understandable to you. But then this is why a good coach, and this is why I've been there to be able to help you with any questions that you've got, giving you all the information you need, working through you with it, so then you can properly start to apply it. And this is why, because you're now being able to apply this, it's now really becoming, for lack of a better word, it's becoming common sense to you now, isn't it? You're now doing it without thinking, and that's the problem with common sense. common sense is only common sense once it's something you understand. So when you first saw the things that you now know, that wasn't common sense to you because you didn't know it. And there's no harm in that not being common sense because you weren't taught it. So that's where it was my role to give you that knowledge. Because as we said before earlier, the physical fitness thing, improving physical fitness, it's not about actually what you do either in the gym or training at home, doing body weight exercises, using weights, whatever it is that people are doing. It's about getting the knowledge of how to do the training and how to properly apply what they need to do nutrition-wise, especially because I didn't go, okay, Anna, this is what you should have for breakfast, this is what you should have for lunch, this is what you should have for dinner. No, I've given you that power so you can devise what you want to have, which then makes it easier for you to stick to because you're choosing what you want to eat. So when you've got the nutrition aspect nailed down, and when you start to understand how to train properly with the right techniques, this is then when this becomes so easy. And as you have said there before, that it just now feels like common sense to you now because you've given it the time.
I think it's sort of becoming second nature. Well, maybe it's too soon to say that after 6 weeks. It just feels like it's a routine now. And I'm surprised at how fast I have gotten results following this method, following your method, and with your coaching also, because at least for the first 3 weeks, I was struggling with learning everything, and it took a little bit of time to learn everything, but then just consistently doing the best I could, okay, maybe I haven't reached the goals perfectly today, but I've done the best I can. It didn't take long before that felt like second nature. So it definitely works.
Yeah. And it's good that you've said that, because I think one of the key things that make people stop is because they feel that they need to do everything perfectly, or they need to be training 5 times a week. And if they can't do that, then what's the point in doing it? But again, you're doing 3 days a week. You've even said that initially there was a lot to sort of take on, but this should be for a lifestyle. So what's 3 weeks in the grand scheme of it in terms of a lifestyle? It's nothing. What those 3 weeks have done have laid the foundation to give you the support for now where you are, where it's now become, as you said, pretty much starts to become second nature. And now every additional week from that is just building on that foundation. So it's becoming even more second nature to be that you just get up and do it. You won't even be thinking about it. And then that's what makes it then easier for you to not even find the time, but you're just doing it. And this is the thing, that when other people will then look at you, they'll think that this is easy for you, but it's not that it's easy for you. It's just the fact that you've consistently done it. So it's something you don't think about. Just like people who will be driving a car, when they first learned how to drive a car, it might have been difficult. But now that maybe they've been driving it for a couple of years, couple of decades, it's not anything they think about. And this is the same with this. The more time someone gives to it, whilst learning how to do it properly, the quicker results can come. Because you're doing the right thing. And training is the art of training is to improve on your skill level in something you're doing. So all this is showing is that you've trained correctly. Not just in the physical aspect, but also in the mental aspect of understanding nutrition. Right. And that's why you're where you are. And this is all people need to do. If they work on working out the mind, the body will follow. And I think that's now something that you can really attest to.
Absolutely. Starting with the mind and then doing the nutrition, and then the muscles will follow. And the benefits of getting the muscle are way bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea it felt like this to be strong. It's a weird feeling to have a strong body when you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Everything's so much easier.